Hi guys. So I wanted to give you guys a bit of an explanation as to why there was no week in the life video this past week, and I'm feeling kind of vulnerable to admit this, but my anxiety has been through the roof and been slowly getting higher and higher and higher over the last few weeks. Actually pretty much all summer. And it has now resulted in having like panic attacks and everything too. So I took a week or so to kind of just chill. I mean, still be a mom and do all of that stuff, but also just to kind of look after myself, and kind of, I mean, me time can't happen when the kids are home, right? But just trying to look after myself and try to get my anxiety levels back down. It's been difficult, and it's going to be a work in progress, but it got pretty debilitating, to be honest. Thankfully, I don't think the kids really noticed, although I'm sure when my daughter watches this video, because she watches my videos, she will ask me questions, but that's okay because we talk openly about mental health issues here. But the longer story is that last fall I started medication for depression. I had it a number of years ago as kind of situational depression when my marriage ended. But now it looks like it's clinical depression. And, you know, so I take my meds and overall things are okay for that. I mean, I know that there's a study out there, and I can't remember who did it, but I'll put the link in the description box below, where parents of children with autism have the same level of have the same stress levels as soldiers coming back from combat. I've always kind of spoken of that. Sorry, I just heard a noise. I think it was one of the cats. I've always spoken of that to friends of who are parents as well of children with autism, to kind of make us all feel okay, I guess, about the stress levels. But it's harder when it's yourself, right? And yeah, so last fall I finally realized that, you know what, something's up. And honestly, it was during my birthday party. My boyfriend threw me a birthday party with all of our friends, and it was fantastic. And I sat there in the middle of the room surrounded by, there had to be like 40 people coming in and out the entire time that this birthday party was happening. And I felt so alone. I felt lonely. I felt alone. I just wanted to leave. Well, okay, I didn't just want to leave. I just kind of, I was so uncomfortable with the focus being on me. And that's when I realized, you know, from a clinical standpoint, because I study this stuff in social work, that there was something up and I needed some extra help. So I went to the doctor and he did an assessment, and yes, I now have depression. Over the summer, it's been kind of one thing after another, with, you know, emergency gallbladder surgery right before the end of the summer, my car dying. Actually, the car died first. My son's only anxiety being really high and not wanting to leave the house unless he's going to somewhere that he wants to go. And just, you know, he and I have become very, very insular this summer and very homebodied. So that's not helping me, right? Like, I am an extrovert through and through, and I know that when I don't want to go and see other people, I'm fine if they come here now, but if I don't want to go, then I know that I have to force myself to go, because that's where I get my energy, is from other people. And now with me being in the cast and not being able to schedule the park play dates with other families with autism, because I can't get there. When it's too hot, my foot swells, and I mean, these are all logical reasons as to why my anxiety levels are escalating. But if you have anxiety, if you go through panic attacks, you know that there is absolutely no logic to it whatsoever. I finally told my boyfriend when he got back from Pennsylvania exactly what was going on, well, as best as I could articulate it, and he, like, over that night, with our talk about it and everything, he's being so supportive, which is fantastic, but he also is like, I don't know how to support you. But he said something absolutely lovely, and it put me into a massive panic attack. And I used to get them in my early 20s, and you know, basically, I'm like trying to breathe. It's like when you're drowning and you're trying to catch a breath and you can't. And it takes a while to be able to calm back down. Now, one thing that I have found, because I don't know if you guys have seen this on Facebook, but it's going through my news threads anyway, or news feeds, where you're supposed to find 5 things to look at, 5 things to smell, 5 things, and it basically goes through to try to find 5 things of different senses to be able to help ground yourself again through a panic attack. And I can't think. During a panic attack, all that I'm thinking about is trying to breathe. So one of the coping mechanisms that I've found, trying to kind of pull me out of those panic attacks, is to actually run my hands under really, really cold water. So that tends to, I don't know, shock me back. I'm not sure, but it seems to work for me. So I finally reached out to a couple friends and admitted that, you know, I'm not in a good headspace right now, and they're being awesome in trying to support me and just kind of check in with me on a daily basis and everything. And one of my girlfriends is actually, she works with kids with anxiety. So first she got mad at me for not coming to her sooner. But then she also gave me some homework to do, which I've been working on this past week, and I'm happy to share it with you guys if you would like. So leave a comment below if you would like me to do another video of kind of how I've been trying to work on getting my anxiety levels to a manageable state. I wouldn't say getting them under control, because, you know, it's even today I have the option to go somewhere, and I'm like trying to psych myself up to go there, and I'm having a hard time with just the idea of leaving the house. So deep breath. So I'm not sure if there's even going to be another week in the life this week. We'll see how it goes. But I've been thinking about sharing this with you guys, because I know that everybody goes through, you know, good times, bad times, and I just wanted to share that right now is a kind of rough time for me. So, and I mean, it's nothing in particular other than just my brain is not my best friend at the moment, and that's always tough, because I can see the logic of it and I can understand it from a clinical standpoint and from a theoretical standpoint, because it's what I study, right? But from the emotional standpoint, it's really, really rough, and emotions are very, very powerful. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I get out of the house today. I actually have somebody to drive me, which does make it a little bit easier, but we'll see, because my brain, not my friend right now. So I need you guys to be my brain, my friendly part of my brain, okay? Anyways, I just wanted to give you a quick explanation as to why there's no week in the life for this past week for the summer, and kind of give you an update as to where I am in my non-helpful brain right now. Talk to you guys later. Bye.